So, is a Harley Davidson business in trouble? Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf from RevelatorAlf.com, the channel about motorcycle exploring, biking issues and lifestyle. Please subscribe and hit the notifications bell down there. So, the latest news coming out of the United States right now is that Harley Davidson, the business, might be in a little bit of trouble, considering the tariffs and the retaliation tariffs to Trump's policies and the EU tariffs as well. It's seen a dramatic fall in Harley Davidson profits, certainly in the last quarter, where the share dividends have basically hardly been anything at all, and also it's seen a 45% drop in the value of shares over the last few years. I believe that's to be the case anyway. So what many of the industry press and a lot of the commentators are talking about right now is, can Harley Davidson actually change their business model? Can they inject new life to it? And really, is this the end of the American brand as we know it? Now, what they're mainly concerned with right now is the decline in demand for the Harley model in the US. Now, they know there's a lot of competition around the world, and they can deal with the tariffs in the EU and the rest of the world, because they're actually starting to make motorcycles for those markets with smaller engines, more street riding capability, that kind of thing, so to match the likes of Harley and the European brands or the Japanese brands. So what they're really looking at is the American market, where they're getting stiff competition from European brands, Japanese brands, as always the case, but the likes of Triumph, Ducati, whatever, they're actually taking a big chunk of the market. In fact, younger people are actually tending to stay away from the Harley brand and go over to these other models, which might be cheaper to initially buy, that kind of thing, might have better mileage, so on and so forth. It might be a case that the Harley brand, while still in a very strong position right now, is starting to lose its appeal with the next generation. So right now it can hold its own, but certainly with the older customer base, if you like, but they're saying that's a diminishing customer base. It's the new customers where they're failing to attract, certainly in the US, maybe around the world, where the Harley brand is actually seen as an older person's brand, and also in general terms, but also a very expensive brand to buy as well. So that's where they're struggling. Now they're trying to reinvest in the street models, the lower engine capacity models as well. They're also looking at the launch very soon of the Lavalier, the electric bike, which is going to be around about $30,000 mark, which is still a hefty price, still quite substantially more expensive than its rivals, let's say, or its competitors, or the competitors within that electric bike market. So Harley's got a long way to go. Now they're saying, is this the end, the imminent end of Harley? And they're possibly not. What a lot of the manufacturers, or a lot of the commentators, are saying about the American manufacturer is that actually it's probably going to take a good few decades for the brand to completely disappear, but it is in a general decline. Now, one of the problems with Harley is what they've had problems before in the early 2000s. They've had financial worries in the past, but they're not exactly Donald Trump's favorite American company, where they've outsourced a lot of their manufacturing for their foreign sales, to different parts of the world, and they are a global brand. So they are loggerheads with the Trump administration over various issues. But it's whether the Harley, the Harley brand, the Harley business model can actually move with the times. Are they going to start throwing money at the business to chase that diminishing customer base? And the question is, well, maybe that would be a waste of money, and that might actually accelerate its decline as well. What they need to do is consolidate, probably come out with a few different models, look to different markets, look to reduce the engine capacity and exploit that around the world. And it might be the case that the global market actually saves Harley as a company, as opposed to the American market, which will, unless fashions change, it will reduce. Now, can Harley Davidson do it? Well, as we all know, they've been around for a long time. They are getting a lot more stiff opposition now from other American manufacturers, such as Indian, which are making a bit of a revival now. But we are talking about the high end of motorcycle expense, really. The younger people coming into the market, they're not necessarily going to be able to buy certainly the high end Harley Davidsons, maybe the lower end, and that's where maybe Harley needs to focus at right now. Anyway, so this has been the latest news from Harley Davidson, that they are in a bit of a pickle over there, and certainly in the business world, certainly relating to the EU tariffs, and loggerheads with the Donald Trump administration, how that's affecting its exports, so on and so forth. Right, well, let's hope they can pull through, and let's hope that they can go onwards and upwards and maybe diversify a little bit, make it more attractive to the younger guys out there. Right, catch you on the next video, whenever that is. Please subscribe, hit the notifications bell. I hope you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you whenever. Cheers now.